Welcome, my dear students of class 9A and 9B. Today's topic, the Delhi Sultanate. Already I have started re-explaining the role of Muhammad, the role of, Qutbuddin Aibak. What role had he played as the Sultan of the slave dynasty? I discussed in my previous class. Today I am going to discuss about the role of the last ruler of the slave dynasty and the founder ruler of the Khalji dynasty. My first point, the Khalji dynasty. The Khalji dynasty, Alauddin Khalji, market regulations, Deccan expedition and measures against nobility. First point, the Khalji dynasty. The last ruler of the slave dynasty was Kaikubad. Kaikubad was unable to be a good ruler of the slave dynasty. Neither he could solve the disputes, the problems of state, nor could pay proper attention to the entire administrative system of the country. Moreover, he led a very wealthy and happy life, misused his time in idle gossipings, misused his time joining the programs on the dance floor, spent valuable time by enjoying the dances of the dancers on the floor. Of his building, but unfortunately it attracted one optimistic person who wanted to be the ruler. By killing or by defeating him, he was Jalaluddin Khilji murdered Kaikubad. One noble at the court of Kaikubad murdered Kaikubad and established the Khalji dynasty in Delhi, named it the Khalji dynasty. Jalaluddin Khalji became a good ruler. He extended his empire in different parts of India, adopted good foreign policy, obtained popularity throughout the country, but he was unable to check the threats of the Mongols. By showing that cause, his nephew Alauddin wanted to shift his old aged uncle Jalaluddin from power. Jalaluddin Khilji, who came to power by killing Kaikubad, the last ruler of the slave dynasty, that very person Jalaluddin was murdered finally by his uncle Alauddin. By killing his uncle Jalaluddin, Alauddin came to power and became one of the most important rulers of medieval period. He was Alauddin Khilji. On being ruler of Delhi, Alauddin felt that killing of his old-aged uncle Jalaluddin left a very bad impression in the country and decided to do something better in order to establish a good image. Followed a number of good policies and started realizing it one after one. He checked the growing influence of the Mongols in order to gain faith of the people of India, because the people of India during that period did not recognize the murder of Jalaluddin by him. That's why Alauddin adopted a number of reforms, number of policies. He made many reforms. Number one, market regulations. What is market regulations? Alauddin is most best known in the history of India for his market regulations. Now, what is market regulations? Market regulation means he fixed the costs or rates of different commodities of India, different goods of India. These goods are food grains, cooking oil and sugar. In order to give it a complete shape, he set up 3 markets at Delhi. One market for food grains, another one for costly clothes, and another one, and other one for, or third one for horses, cattle and slaves. There was a controller of market who controlled the entire system of trade. Very strict punishments were prescribed for the dishonest traders, for cheating and underweighing goods. Second policy he adopted, that was Deccan expedition. Alauddin Khilji felt it that occupying the Deccan territories from Delhi would bring utter failure. In order to avoid being failed, in order to avoid that complete in order to avoid that policies, whatever he adopted, he chose the Deccan policy only for one reason. He decided to defeat the Deccan rulers, but did not want to annex it. Why? Because it was very hard to rule Deccan from Delhi, because Delhi was far away from Deccan. That's why he forced the rulers of Deccan to accept his overlordship and to pay final tribute to him. That's why he achieved success from the Deccan policy he adopted. The next one, measures against nobility. Measures against nobility. Alauddin, imposed certain restrictions on the nobles. There were certain restrictions he imposed on them. Number one, the nobles were not allowed to hold parties or festivities or to form marriage alliances without the permission of the Sultan. That means without the permission of Alauddin. Another point, he banned taking alcohols and other drugs. He also took precautionary measures against dishonest traders who generally cheated their customers by way of introducing market regulation policy, as I mentioned earlier, my dear students. Another point, gambling was forbidden and gamblers were severely punished. Alauddin Khilji felt that restrictions imposed on the nobles would bring prosperity in the country. That's why he stopped paying the soldiers in land and introduced cash salaries. The Mansabdari system, which was introduced by Akbar once upon a time, later, by discarding the system of paying salaries in cash, which was followed by Alauddin during Sultanate period, failed after the death of Akbar, But it was during the period of Akbar, the system of Mansabdari was accepted and appreciated by the nobles, rich people and countrymen only because of the outstanding personality of Akbar. But before the rule of Akbar, when Sultanate period was there in Delhi, Alauddin discarded the old traditional system, paying salary through lands, by providing lands, and introduced a system of payment in cash instead of providing lands in the names of the nobles and officials. He established an efficient spy systems to keep a check on the activities of the people, activities of the nobles. By way of doing this, Alauddin brought a remarkable change in the entire system of administration and became a very powerful ruler during medieval period. And the other achievements of Alauddin Khilji, what he had done, I shall discuss it in my next class. Thank you, my dear students.